Mr. Kamal Farooqi,
one community was
Mr. Kamal Farooqi, in all of this, are you forgetting Muzaffarnagar, which is the most recent?
Where guilt has been established, and that is why
my voice is not allowed to be heard. I am saying that 2030.
Mr. Vyas, please allow Mr. Farooqi to speak. I beg your, I request you to please allow him to speak.
All these riots are a blot on our face. Whether it is being done by BJP or Congress or Samajwadi Party. So all these issues will continue to...
But that's exactly the point. Ami Yagnik, can you respond to that? They're all a blot on the history of this nation. So why isn't your party attacking the Samajwadi Party for what happened in Muzaffarnagar with the same kind of ferocity that it attacks the Gujarat government for 2002? Why isn't the same yardstick being applied, as Navika said, for the most recent of these blots?
Yes, we did tell the Samajwadi Party, and we just attacked them at that point of time for taking and putting the law and order situation in Muzaffarnagar. But 2002 is a different issue. Madam, please understand that there are 9 cases, and for every case, the victims
riots are riots. You can't just describe the intensity based on scale. People died.
You had attacked the Samajwadi Party because you did not attack the Samajwadi Party in 2013. They are returning the favor. They are returning the favor by not fielding candidates against Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi.
And Sikh community was slaughtered mercilessly. Don't say 1984 was a riot. 1984 was a massacre. 1984 was not a riot.
Well,
where one community was slaughtered mercilessly.
Then 2002 was a genocide, which is observed by the CAG in
you
America.
Can call it Mr. Vyas, Miss Ami Yagnik. Mr. Vyas, Miss Ami Yagnik. 1984, 2002, call it what you may, 2013 were blots. Innocent lives were lost, an issue which was raked, passions were stoked, and which was unwarranted. There were parties, there are people who need to be accountable. Those who are pointing fingers at the other continue to do so without being accountable themselves. And that's the question to the Congress, Ms. Ami Yagnik. Why, when you know that you have not yet provided proper accountability to what happened 30 years ago, why has this become the most important issue? Is there nothing else that you can debate on?
They have ran out of issues.
It is not the most important issue, but it is going to be a major issue for several decades to come, because the person under whom this pogrom took place is a PM candidate. Had he not been a prime ministerial candidate, I think the matters would have gone on. Gradually, the riot cases would have gone on.
Then can you say, then can you blame the BJP for raking up 1984?
And so it assumes importance and centrality in a democratic
Congress
country.
has used this issue more than once in Gujarat. When Sonia Gandhi came to Gujarat and labeled Mr. Modi as Maut Ka Saudagar. And Congress has paid dearly for that.
You need not
Congress
repeat all that
has used this issue
again
in
and
Gujarat
again.
more than once. And
if you can keep repeating, Ms. Ami Yagnik, why shouldn't Mr. Vyas raise the issue? And here are the facts.
I have 2 questions for you.
Yes, Navika. Mr. Vyas, please. Navika has a question for Ms. Yagnik. Yes.
Ms. Amiben Yagnik, I have 2 questions for you. One question, are you deliberately trying to divert attention from issues of governance, of price rise, of corruption under which the UPA is facing the onslaught as far as these elections are concerned? My second question, and the more important question is, Rajiv Gandhi appointed Jagdish Titler, who was under a cloud, to 4 portfolios as a minister after the 1984 riots. He was the tourism minister, he was the civil aviation minister. Not only that, even Dr. Manmohan Singh appointed him as the NRI affairs minister. So is the Congress also not carrying a very bleak record when it comes to punishing those who are under the clout as far as riots are concerned? And is this only a deliberate tactic for you to divert attention from the real issues?
The first question, Navika, that the UPA is deliberately moving away from the issues that are being raised. but these issues we are handling and we are answering the people of this country about corruption. You have seen what action the Congress has taken and the UPA has taken about the price rise and inflation. We are trying to control and we have shown
Yes, we
what
are
we
seeing
will do when
Pawan
we come
Kumar
to
Bansal
power
has
after
been
the
given a
fall.
ticket for Chandigarh.
But let
Is that
me
the
tell
action
you,
the Congress has
but
taken?
let me tell you But let me tell you, the BJP doesn't have a moral ground to speak about corruption when there is rampant corruption in Gujarat. There are 17
Don't
scams
deflect the
amounting
matters,
to
Ms.
1
Yagnik.
crore
Get down to question number 2.
76,000
Get back to question number 2 posed by question number 2 posed by Navika. Get back to question number 2 posed by Navika. Get back to the issue of Jagdish Titler and the number of portfolios and ministries that were given to him. It was more like he was being rewarded for his loyalty for massacring Sikhs in Delhi.
You have ran out of...
Please answer that question. What is the defense the Congress has? 2009, you were ready to give him a Lok Sabha ticket too.
They are developing cold feet. They are returning their tickets. Your ministers don't want to fight.
Let's come back to the issue. Mr. Vyas, let's come back to the issue.
Samiben Yagnik, Rajiv Gandhi rewarded Jagdish Titler despite the fact that he was under the clout of the 1984 riots. He was given not 1 but 3 portfolios under Rajiv Gandhi. How do you justify that? Including Dr. Manmohan
There is no
Singh.
question of any justification because there is a question of doubt and a clout because unless and until you are proved guilty by a court of law, you know.
Oh, so now here perception doesn't matter, Ms. Yagnik? Now perception doesn't matter.
The same argument applies to Narendra Modi.
So many questions. You are keeping
The same argument, Ms. Amiben Yagnik, applies to Narendra Modi. He is not convicted. So there is a doubt on Narendra Modi, but he has not been convicted. Why doesn't the same apply on Modi?
I'm going to tell you.
Why?
Yes,
It does
Mr.
not apply
Farooqi.
to Modi
So
because
exactly,
I want to tell you something,
there is a
Nivedita.
doubt. There is no clean chit. There is no clean chit. That is the argument. There are higher courts and he will be put to scrutiny when the trial commences. So there is no question of giving a clean chit. So please don't mix up issues and do not mix
We are
up
not mixing
1984
issues, Ms.
with
Yagnik. We are
2002.
asking the same very questions which you are asking of the BJP apply to the Congress too, so we are
Because you
putting those out.
only
Yes,
the
but Mr.
counter of
Farooqi had a point.
1984 without going to the facts of
Let's listen to
2002.
what Mr. Farooqi has to say, and I'll come back to you. Yes, Mr.
It is
Farooqi.
an issue of
Yes,
democracy, secularism and communalism.
So what is
Jagdish
Congress?
ma'am,
How can you call the Congress secular when you have not questioned Samajwadi Party over what happened in Muzaffarnagar, when you have not been brought those leaders accountable, made them accountable what happened in 1984? How can Congress claim the platform of secularism?
No.
How can you claim the platform of secularism when you are only trying to polarize opinion? I'll come to you, Ms. Yagnik. Yes, Mr. Farooqi.
Sir, there is a difference between these two incidents. One is that this is unfortunate that some of the ministers were made in spite of the fact that the cases were going against them. But here is a case in Mr. Modi's cabinet, a person who is being convicted. He's not 1 or 2 ministers. Several ministers have been convicted and they are jailed and they have been awarded the death penalty. They were awarded even the death penalty also, which has been put on. And it's still Mr. Amit Shah, who is on bail in these particular cases, and he's being recently charged by CBI in the Ishrat Jahan case. He still holds the important position. So there is a difference in it. As far as Mr. Modi,
Okay, let's get the BJP in on this, Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao. Let's get you in on this.
Absolutely,
You know, that's the point. As far as someone like Mayaben Kodnani is concerned, does that, her conviction, does that not show some amount of state complicity? She was a minister in the state government. What does the BJP say to that?
GVL Narasimha Rao, could you hear that question? That was Tina asking you the question.
They have no answer for this.
Okay. Listen,
No, let them answer.
Was not a minister.
On one hand,
Mr. Vyas, please wait. GVL is speaking. Mr. Vyas, I'll come to you. Please wait, Mr. Vyas.
Clean sheet is not there. On the other hand,
Mr. Vyas, please wait.
Gone into appeal. The fellow
Mr. Vyas, I request you to wait.
Now,
Please wait.
How can you have 2 different yards?
GVL Narasimha Rao was answering that question.
He has gone to
Please,
the
you're
High Court.
interrupting your own colleague.
He has gone to the...
You're interrupting your own colleague, Mr. Vyas.
Same stage of argument.
You're interrupting your own colleague, Mr. Vyas. Please allow GVL Narasimha Rao to speak and I'll come back to you. Yes, Mr. GVL.
Yeah, let me first say this. I think this we have discussed ad nauseum on prime time. And this, we won't really let Congress succeed in its attempts to somehow divert the issues. I think the Gujarat issue we have discussed at least 100 times. And I don't think it's worthy of discussion again. The people of the country really know what the facts are. People know how they perceive, how they have spoken more than once in Gujarat. And they will speak again. Today, people are have a forward-looking agenda. The Congress party, I think, desperate times. This is a desperate time for them, and which is calling for desperate actions. And the real focus of the people is on the economy, on the non-performance of the Congress UPA government. And I would like to raise the question of this 10 lakh crore amount of money that was really eaten away in different scams.
Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao, is that right?
I think the Gandhi family. No, the Gandhi family.
Is that right? Is that the real focus? Or would you like that to be the real focus?
That's the real focus. The non-performance and non-governance and the amount of money they have gobbled.
Rahul Gandhi in an interview has said, if you're saying, Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao, that because Narendra Modi has won several elections after 2002, so this is not an issue that should be discussed at all, then what would you say to the Congress? 1 minute. What about the Congress? It has also won several elections in 1984. So should we forget 1984 as well, Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao? Now that's not an argument that actually stands the scrutiny.
The legal process has to take its course. And in 2002, the amount of judicial scrutiny that has gone into 2002, this country has never seen. This was not the first riot in Gujarat. Gujarat had seen much worse riots under Congress regime. And none of them Congress party, nobody knows who the chief minister was. There has never been a focus. This was a political agenda. This was a political conspiracy.
The question that was asked, GVL question that was asked, the question that has been asked is Maya Ben Kodnani's involvement. She has been convicted by a court. The matter is in appeal elsewhere. She is under arrest. Does that not show complicity of the Gujarat government? That's the simple question. Why don't you respond to that?
No, she was not a minister in 2002. As far as my knowledge goes, you can verify. She was not a minister. And in any case, each case is individual. You cannot say government was responsible.
You know what? Let's ask Mr. Vyas this. You were so vehemently
when it comes to Maya Ben Kodnani, it's an individual case. When it comes to Jagdish Titler, it's a government case. It's a Congress case.
It was not a riot, as Mr. Vyas rightly put it. It was an assault on one community.
One was a government-sponsored,
and Gujarat was a program.
Government leaders and their Congress
and Gujarat was a program.
Took the law.
There has never been a
fight. You know what? Navika, I'm just going to ask Mr. Vyas this. Mr. Vyas, please listen to this.
Simple logic says the same assumption should be made when comparing two different issues.
You are asking the question and then not permitting me to answer. How am I to explain to you?
Right. You want to make an explanation, Mr. Vyas? You want to make an explanation, Mr. Vyas? Also explain to me this. You said the SIT has given a clean chit to Mr. Narendra Modi right at the outset, right? Here's what the SIT has also said. The SIT has also observed very, very clearly that it told a court in Ahmedabad about how Maya Ben Kodnani was being protected by the Gujarat police. If the Gujarat police was part of the state, weren't they part of a state-backed cover-up? So how can you say that the SIT has given a total clean chit to the Gujarat government and the Chief Minister of Gujarat? They have raised a lot of points. What you are doing is you are just picking up the points which are favorable to you and highlighting that. We are putting out the full facts of the case.
Those who are guilty, this is the only case where after the riot, immediately to control it, more than 1,000 rounds were fired and several people died.
Sorry,
the government has never
Sorry, sir, you are not allowing that. In Delhi, there was no police firing at all. Your government was not allowing the normal jury.
Let the law take its own course. And it was in that context, Mr. Amit Shah also faced the
You were not allowing
he was accused of, and he is still not out of it.
So, sir, you were not allowing the cases to pursue, and the Supreme Court with the government. In several cases, they were asked to be dealt with somewhere else.
That is not true.